The ladder creaked under Jack's weight as he reached for yet another burned-out bulb. It was 2:07 a.m. The grand ballroom of the old Halston estate was silent, save for the faint hum of the power tools and the occasional clang of his wrench. The chandeliers above him were older than he was, and every single socket seemed like it hadn't been touched since the 1960s. Jack rubbed his gritty eyes and checked his phone. Missed calls from his sister, a picture of his 6-year-old son, Mason, asleep on her couch. He hadn't seen Mason awake all day. Again. This was his third night this week pulling overtime, fixing up the Halston place for the big charity gala tomorrow. He needed every cent. Mason's surgery was still months away, but every dollar brought it closer. Just one more light, he told himself. Just one more. He climbed down, grabbed another bulb from the box, and turned back, only to freeze. There, in the middle of the vast marble floor, stood a young woman in a silk robe, barefoot, her hair loose around her shoulders. Jack instantly recognized her. Emma Halston. The heiress. She owned this place. And every newspaper in the city knew her name. She looked like she'd just woken from a dream, or maybe she'd never gone to sleep. "You're still here?" she asked softly. Jack cleared his throat and stepped off the ladder. "Sorry, ma'am. Just trying to get these last ones done." "Gala's tomorrow, right?" She studied him in the dim light. "You have a name?" "Jack." Her eyes dropped to his hands, calloused and rough. "Jack, you don't have to kill yourself for this. It's just a party." Jack gave a tired smile. "For you, maybe." He turned back to his work. But she didn't leave. Instead, she sat on the cold marble floor, legs tucked under her, watching him. "Why?" she finally asked. Jack stopped. "Why what? Why are you here at 2 a.m? You're not just doing this for a paycheck. Are you?" Jack hesitated. He didn't owe her anything. But something in her voice, gentle, almost childlike, disarmed him. "My son," he said finally. "He's sick. Surgery's expensive. So here I am." There was a long silence. Emma lowered her eyes. "I know what that's like," she whispered. That surprised him. He'd read about her. The trust fund princess. The girl who threw parties that made headlines. The girl who'd never had to work a day in her life. He frowned. "You?" She didn't answer right away. Just stared at the chandeliers above. "My mom died in this room," she said finally. "Cancer. I was 14. I used to sit on this floor at night, just like this, and wait for her to come back. Never did." Jack didn't know what to say. So they just stayed like that for a moment, him on his ladder, her on the floor, two strangers from different worlds, somehow sharing the same quiet grief. Then she stood. And said something he'd never forget. "Stay until it's over." Jack looked down at her, confused. "What?" She met his eyes. "Stay until it's over. The gala. Tomorrow. Be here. Please. I'm just the electrician. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, just be here." Jack didn't want to. He hated crowds. Hated the idea of her rich friends staring at him like he didn't belong. But he came. He put on his one good shirt, combed his hair, and showed up just before the guests arrived. The ballroom sparkled, every chandelier blazing bright. Emma stood at the microphone in a simple black dress, her bare feet hidden now beneath silk and diamonds. But when she spoke, it wasn't about the charity or the estate or even the gala. She told them about him. About the man who worked through the night to keep the lights shining, because his son was in the dark. She told them about Mason, about his smile, about the surgery he needed. And when she was done, she pulled Jack onto the stage. People clapped. Some stood. Then they started raising their hands. "I'll cover the hospital room," one man called. "I'll pay the surgeon's fee," another shouted. By the time the night was over, Mason's surgery wasn't just paid for, it was scheduled. Jack stood in the middle of that ballroom, overwhelmed, unable to speak. And as the last of the guests left and the room fell quiet again, Emma walked up to him, barefoot now, just like before. "You stayed," she said with a small smile. "So did you," he replied. She shrugged. "I think we both needed to." For the first time in years, Jack let himself hope. Really hope. That night, on his way home to his son, he glanced back at the glowing Halston estate and thought of her words. Stay until it's over. Life was hard. Unfair. But sometimes, if you kept showing up, even in the darkest hours, someone would notice. And the lights would shine again. Even the smallest acts of kindness can change a life. Even the darkest nights can lead to the brightest dawns. Stay. Until it's over. Because you never know whose world you might light up.